What up, YouTube fam? Just taking a drive and thought I'd kill a little time and fuck with Smash Rockwell. Not Wujaro today. I'm on Wujaro's side right now. You know what I mean? Because I'm not a hater, right? I don't choose sides. I'll roll with the truth. If my enemy is teaching the truth over my best friend, I'm rolling with my enemy on the specific topic we're talking about. Because I'm a truth seeker. I'm not taking sides. Chief X has never taken sides. Me and Ak, we at each other's throats. I'm still for the truth. And if Ak spits some truth, I'm gonna side with Ak on the truth. Regardless of what be. See, this is how you remain objective and mature. Check this out. What is king when you have different arguments and discussions, and what is the final authority? The main thing that just shuts it all down. That's DNA. Listen to what I'm telling you. Ask yourself a question. Why would Wujaro, Smash Rockwell, and Ak, Asar refuse to talk about DNA and genetics on the topic of ancient Egypt? They refuse to. For a reason. Now, there's a big court battle going on. Prosecution team, the defense team, all the assistant prosecutors, assistant defense. You have a full-blown court case and an argument. Facts coming from everywhere. They're weighing the facts. Balance, Mayat, the scales of justice. Mayat and the scales of justice. Which weighs more? Check this out. Common sense science is king. Logic is king. DNA science is king. Check this out. When you want some finality, they got 20 arguments on this side and 20 arguments on that side. Everyone's confused to figure out if this motherfucker committed the crime or not. And you know what shuts it all down? It don't matter what the fuck. The DNA evidence. A motherfucker can do 20 years, try to peel and do all kind of shit, and none of that shit, peel shit works. Nothing works. But soon as they come up with some DNA evidence, it shuts all the arguments down. What didn't work before is thrown out the window, and the DNA is king. Get him out of prison. Let him go and pay him for all that time he spent unjustly in prison. DNA is king. Stop this charade, Asar. Wujaro. You know what? I'm on Wujaro's side right now. Let me give Wujaro a break. Ak and Smash Rockwell. The DNA science is totally against you. It's totally against Egyptians being black. It's not on your side, and it tells you the makeup of the population. When we're talking about the population, we're talking about genetics, not their fucking ethnicity, their fucking culture, We're talking about the population and their biological origins. Not all that other fuck shit niggas trying to cloud shit with.
In half a mile, keep left to stay on I-405 South.
Okay? DNA is king. DNA, science, genetic, agrees with Chief X that the ancient Egyptians was not black nor white. They were Egyptian. They were North African.
Keep left to stay on I-405 South.
They were of Mediterranean stock. They were of people of the transcontinental area of North Africa, the Near East, Egypt. And those people come around from the Levant, them Levant niggas, them Levantine niggas, the Levantine folk, the Near East, and people in North Africa. This is what genetics prove without a shadow of a doubt. There's not even a question. So you wonder why these cats refuse to talk about DNA science when it comes to the ancient Egyptians. Asar out of his mouth, Wujaru out of his mouth, and I will play it to you, said they refuse to deal with DNA on this subject because they know it kills it all. It fucks up the hotel hustle. It lets you know that it wasn't no sub-Saharan Africans and no Nubians running shit, building pyramids and doing none of them achievements in that time period of the history of ancient Egypt. You know what I mean? It negates all y'all bullshit. Check this out. The argument about this black thing that's going on. I forget the fucking person's name in Egypt, and some glyphs said that he was such and such the black. So, this is what I mean by how thirsty people be.
In half a mile, keep left to stay on I-405 South.
And how thirsty and just making us look back, just looking for any semblance of hope to be an ancient Egyptian.
Keep left to stay on I-405 South.
Looking for any semblance of hope that they may be an ancient Egyptian. You're just crying. They hanging on a thread. You got a
Continue on I-405 South for 3 miles.
You got a whole towel. And they hanging on this one thread of the towel in hopes. 3,000 year history, and you got a glyph of one motherfucker saying something about, I forget the cat's name, Peony the Black. 3,000 years, and they got one glyph, and here they go excited about this shit, hanging on a motherfucking thread. This is how sad and thirsty you guys look. A whole year of me spanking these cats, and all they can come up with was such and such said they was back. In 3,000 year history. One fucking glyph. And that's supposed to prove something. Check this out. This is how powerful Chief X is. Nobody in the history of mankind, in the history of the conscious community, for decades upon decades, have ever challenged Black Egypt. No one has done it except Chief X. And I killed it when I did it. Which set off a wave of people for an entire year. And still going on today, discussion if the ancient Egyptians was black or not. Why? Because of Chief X. Perked up everybody's suspicions. Got people buck dancing and scraping and scrambling and trying to disprove me for an entire year. Now, if I was just some simpleton that didn't know a motherfucking thing and was just all wrong, you would only waste a day on me drop some information and push me to the motherfucking side. But no. This shit has gone on for a year. Niggas have done over 1,000 hours on YouTube based on Chief X arguments and claims.
In half a mile, keep left at the fork to stay
Think
on
about
I-405
this.
south.
I'm not exaggerating. The AmenRa squad and a few other fringe cats and shit around and topics and discussion for
Keep
a whole
left at the
year
fork to stay on I-405 south.
add up to about 1,000 hours pontificating,
Continue
scrambling,
on I-405 south for 9 miles.
acting erratic, and trying to disprove little old Chief X. 1,000 hours. As I speak right now, people are streaming, still talking about Chief X claims, trying their hardest to debunk me. This is how far gone it's gotten. This is how powerful I am. And how heavy hitting my truth was that just reverberated through the community. Keep that shit real. I didn't say one thing that was exaggerated here. I didn't use any hyperbole. This is a motherfucking fact. Don't let me go add the hours up. It'll be over 1,000 hours. There's 365 days in a year, and every day somebody spoke on these topics. And not just for 1 hour. Niggas one time did 25-hour stream and set a record for the longest stream ever in the conscious community. Live stream, it was 25 hours, all about Chief X's claims. Put some respect on my motherfucking name. I got all you niggas learning more and getting more information based off of Chief X. You guys have never, ever advanced and learned as much in a short period of time because of Chief X. Put some respect on my shit. I'm not no little ass peon. I'm something a motherfucker needs to worry about. This is why they've been streaming for 1,000 hours about Chief X. Every day for a year. Tell the truth. Now, Jonathan made a video saying Egyptians called themselves black. First of all, he used hyperbole. Let's just keep this real. And he made it plural. As if, and he's trying to portray that he made the video for me, to come from me. He's trying to prove that they are black. That video is for me and based on me. Keep that shit real. And they don't want me in the conversations. But okay. So, he made it plural. Like the Egyptians in general are just saying we're black. Let's just keep this shit in real context. In 3,000 years, you find one glyph of motherfucker saying something about the black. And he's not talking about his appearance as in he's like a sub-Saharan African looking. Possibly maybe he was melanated. So, my point is, they've been going back and forth on this, and all this is based on Chief X's argument and trying to beat Chief X. So Jonathan set out to try to disprove Chief X. Let's keep that shit plain, okay? And let's stop fronting. Put the onus right here. Now, Wujaro defeated him, and folk acting like Wujaro didn't debunk him. And acting like he beat with no. Wujaro was 100% correct. Wujaro's main point was that he wasn't talking about his appearance. But you guys tried to veer the argument off to the side and wanted him to prove that it was a title, and maybe he had misspoke about the title, but that wasn't his point. So reel yourself back in. Stop trying to find a fringe argument to fuck with Wujaro about. Wujaro's point was it wasn't talking about his appearance. As in he's a black man. And you know what the fuck a black man is. Nobody and never have I ever been talking about motherfucking color. And I keep making that plain. You niggas is arguing color. We range. Cambodians, Filipinos, Native Americans are darker than Sarasun Seti. And Sarasun Seti is full-blown black man to me. Full-blown nigga. So I'm not talking about no motherfucking color. That's a stupid-ass argument. Native Americans vary in ranges of colors. Arabs vary in ranges of color. Arabs are darker than me. So I'm not talking about no motherfucking color and you niggas. I'm talking about the Egyptians wasn't black folk. I'm talking about kiki hair, nappy head black motherfucker. A nigga. I know what a motherfucking black folk is. You guys can keep playing this motherfucking mind game like you don't know what a black is. Them motherfuckers jumping around drinking cow's blood and drinking cow's blood and shit, all in Central Africa, all primitive and shit. That's a black motherfucker. Wesley Snipes, that's a black motherfucker. Me, I'm a black motherfucker. I know what my mama look like, my sister. I know what black people look like. Nigga, I'm black. Stop playing these motherfucking mind games. DNA ain't on your side. Ask these niggas why they avoiding the DNA discussion. It shuts it all down. The case been closed. You niggas can pontificate all you want. You niggas can find a motherfucking crumb and try to run with it, but I'm that middle linebacker. I'm that middle linebacker that's gonna crack your motherfucking ass when you try to come up the middle with that petty ass argument. Niggas is arguing for 2 days about a fringe find on a glyph where nigga says Penny the Black. And trying to act like that's some motherfucking big deal over 3,000 years of fucking ancient Egyptian history. Sit the fuck down. You guys are looking pitiful about here. I reign supreme. Nigga, if you niggas want to talk about my motherfucking topic for a year, call me on the motherfucking panel and stop being motherfucking cowards. I started the argument. They my motherfucking points. They my motherfucking daggers that's all in y'all backs and shit. You niggas is in the grave, walking dead ass niggas, looking for anything. Put me on the motherfucking panel and stop being motherfucking cowards. You talking about my shit and my claims. Scary ass niggas. I thought you niggas was tough and you can handle it. Soon as I come around, niggas get the bitching up and cowering up and running and scrambling.